All right. My name is Nico Yosefa, and this is my policy project for Philosophy 202. So my policy project involves stopping human trafficking in school zones, the policy HR 7566. The purpose of this policy is to increase punishment for those involved in human trafficking in a school zone and for other purposes. Child sex trafficking is a serious issue that can have devastating long-term consequences, including health impacts, trauma, possibly even death. Traffickers often target those who are vulnerable and use manipulation to control and exploit the targeted child. Schools can and should be safe havens for students, but these occurrences of sex trafficking are happening at schools. A 2018 survey reported that 55% of sex trafficking survivors were trafficked while at school, specifically in Texas, USA. Um, Whoever violates subsection in a school zone or on or within 1,000 feet of the premises on which a school-sponsored activity is taking place shall, in addition to punishment otherwise provided, be in prison for not more than 5 years. This policy also states that in this subsection, the term school-sponsored activity means any activity that is produced, financed, arranged, supervised, or coordinated by a school, district personnel, or state or local educational agency or is under the jurisdiction of a state or local educational agency. So who are the stakeholders? The stakeholders within this policy are children and teens who are currently enrolled in schools all around the country that are affected by trafficking. Um, Besides children and teens, those who take part and are involved in such actions considered as human trafficking can be known as stakeholders as well. Individuals and organizations that are interested in the policy. So in support and are sponsoring the act are three representatives: Sheila Jackson Lee, Gerald Nadler, and Michael T. McCall. I couldn't really find anything, really any information about those who are opposing the act, but I found kind of at a sense that parents and legal guardians would possibly be opposing the act. The current status of the policy. The policy is currently in the first stage and is just being introduced before it actually passes through the House. Arguments in favor of the policy. The first argument is that human traffickers deserve to have increased punishment for their actions. Schools should be a place where children can feel safe rather than having to worry about their lives being in danger. This enhanced punishment for traffickers hopefully sends a message. Arguments in opposition to the policy. This policy may not be enough to some people, and that is kind of tied in with how parents and legal guardians are in opposition to this act. What this means is that many will want more punishment brought to these human traffickers rather than the not more than 5 years imprisonment, along with other additional punishment. Financial backers of the policy. Currently, there are two individuals who are in support and in the position of backing this policy. I stated them earlier, but Representative Gerald Nadler, as well as Michael T. McCall. And hopefully soon there's a handful of more people who will come and support and be financial backers of this policy. Alternatives, examples, or jurisdictions that pushed development of the policy. Of 22,326 trafficking victims and survivors identified through contacts with the National Human Trafficking Hotline in 2019, at least 5,359 were under age 18. In 2021, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, also known as NCMEC, received more than 17,200 reports of possible child sex trafficking. The next steps to getting involved with the policy. Reporting anything that you see could be threatening. Staying informed, which includes keeping up with the latest policies and news, etc. So any emails that you're getting involving this issue. acting if you can, and using your voice. Obviously, you're not asked to save the whole world, but if you're able to act on any issue you see or use your voice, it is it's very encouraged. So thank you for listening to my presentation.